Hey, yeah, I wanna shoot, baby, shoot, shoot a doop, shoot a doop, shoot a doop. Here I go again, girls. What's my weakness, man? Chilling, chilling, minding my business. The brother had it going on with something kind of wicked, wicked, whatever. Had to kick it. I'm not shy, so whatever. Hey, all right. SG in the house. Hey, no, really. I'm just coming on to say hi. And see, I think it's been, pretty quiet, other than I'd say, two people. Hi, Mike. Always a pleasure to see you. Hi, Chris. Uh, it's like it seems like okay, just in my opinion, it seems like a certain person who may have been a tiny butterfly uh, comes out of the woodwork, comes out of their cocoon to continue to make videos insisting that TH is being harassed. Hi, Diane. And now I don't know, I really haven't seen if, anybody, I just haven't seen anybody really harassing TH lately. Hi, Simka. TH seems to be pretty calm herself lately. So I mean, I feel like if there is particular things going around saying that, hey, did you see this? This person did this to this person and that person. It seems familiar to me because it just seems like some people are now. I hope that TH, especially because I heard her say this, that she would definitely double check to make sure before she believes secondhand information. Like if somebody's saying, oh, this person's doing something to you, this person's doing something to you, that she would definitely check and make sure that, that isn't going on. Because like I said, I can't speak for Sharon. I don't I'm probably not as good as okay, I try to go to my friends' live streams. I do. But you guys know I do things. Like I go some places and stuff. You know what I mean? Like I can't always watch everybody's live stream. I try. I mean, I really do, and I share them and stuff. And so if something's being said, but I really don't think Sharon's been. I don't even think she's been talking about Tiffany lately. Um, I just hear this certain person keep insisting that Tiffany is still being, harassed in some way, and, making comments like, oh, don't worry, chicken winner, I'll find out soon. But if we can get all these big channelers together and they can all do this and this and this, it's like, it's such a deja vu of, you know, what has been happening pertaining to this particular person for the last almost 3 years now. And quite frankly, I just don't know why. I mean, I just don't understand why. I mean, if you're going to come back into the community and, be back, you do have friends here. Um, You know, that's apparent, you know, like you always did. Yes, Mr. Rourke, you know, you always did. And just be with your friends. Like, I don't understand why the whole campaign back to trying to make people hate me or believe something that didn't occur. I never harassed you. Okay, Jules, I never harassed you. There's no proof that you could present. Hi, Kimberly. There's just no proof that you could present to say that. And I just wish you would have just come back and been able to move away from the worst period of my life that you partook in. I'm not saying a lot of other people didn't partake in it, you know, but I am saying that, yeah, I saw it. I mean, but if she just didn't, like, if she just was like, you know, oh, it would be good if, you know, peace was amongst the community. So hopefully everybody can move on. You know, yes, SG did think the Julie uh, account in her room was me, you know, her, but she was kind to it, even though I thought it was her. So if she could just recognize that I am capable of coexisting in a peaceful society, as opposed to her consistently and adamantly trying to defame me. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, please just, if it ever does go to civil court, Jules, I promise you, you'll lose. You did damage and financial damage with malicious intent, and you need to stop. I'm just simply stating, stop. Enjoy your life, enjoy your friends that you have on YouTube, and just move on. How hard can that be? That's fine, but she'll be paying for my attorney's fees because they're going to ask her in court for her proof. And she's, you know, referred to me as a fraud and a scammer and a liar so much, but I can clearly present a video that was, you know, the day before I found out that she was, you know, yes, but this is not just right now. This is from November 12th, 2020. You know, and the thing is, though, Kimberly, I couldn't write up a contract like that because here's the thing. I'm not lying about her. She's lying about me. What happened to me was reality, and there is proof of it. Now, I'd like to move on, you know, I'd like to move on. And if she would, I could probably, you know, oh, who's Jules? Jules is Tiny Butterfly Queen. And that's the thing. See, there's new people here. And I'd prefer, Jules, that they were able to know you as you, in a different manner. And I know that you could do that, Jules, but you're still hanging on to this theory of yours, while you're saying that you're getting better, you're still hanging on to this theory that I did something to you. Right, Mr. Rourke? I have dog poo on my floor, but I need to make a video. In the meantime, I'm the one who has a Munchie account going around, which that's the name that her husband there, Joe, made up for me. Remember? He had that bag of munchies or munchos or whatever they are, those potato chips. And, they had called me Munchausen and going around saying that I abuse my dog and I hoard my own shit. That I keep dog shit and human shit. I mean, I'm not saying none of this stuff, no, not other channels, just the two. Um, I mean, this woman definitely knew exactly what she was doing. And here's the thing, cancer will always be a part of my life. That's a part of my history. Actually, Kimberly, she didn't. Kimberly, she didn't. What makes you think that? I mean, TM did me dirty. Jules doesn't have any reason to take anybody to court. Nobody did anything to her. She did more to Jules. I mean, I'm sorry, to Tiffany M than Tiffany did to her. Tam took down any video that Jules asked her to and would say, would you just admit that you did that to SG? And then Jules would make a video that was really, like, if I did it, but I don't think I did it. And then she'd remove it right away. And Tiffany actually was up on a panel of Bobbles with me, Jules, and Bobbles was up there, and Tiffany M. And every time Tiffany tried to speak about her own truth too, like Tiffany admitted that she had partook in a very aggressive campaign towards an innocent person, and cried her eyes out. I've never seen her cry like that since I've seen her cry. What do you mean the letter? What was that? I don't know. Maybe I missed that. What was it? Kimberly. Did I miss it? A letter from who? I know, Diane. And I feel like it's a number of different people because there's like, I have like 15 of them. Um, you're talking about Tiffany M, right? Yeah, yeah. I have about 15 of them blocked, I think it's the same person who was Janice Dickinson. Trust me, Tiffany M did a lot. And it's not like I never forgot it, but because even though I might have just been batted back and forth, like, I believe it was a name. From who? I don't remember anything like that. All I know is this, not a lot of mothers would swear on their kid's life that everything that their friend was saying was the truth. And when we were up on Bobbles, and Jules was just not gonna budge about anything. She was like, nope, nope, nope. And I said, listen, I don't know if this even matters to anybody here, but I swear on my kid's life that everything I say is the truth. and I have the proof. I have everything. And if anybody ever, if my, I was ever compelled to present my medical records to the courts, they would see that during this whole time, and the dates would coincide with certain actions that, you know, it was the truth. It's the truth. Everything I said is the truth. Now, believe me, Tiffany had already admitted that she uh, partook in an aggressive campaign. So that's what she was trying to, that's why she was up on the panel, because she was trying to fill in gaps that I didn't even know about because she was on that other side at that time when it was occurring. And when I said I swore on my kid's life, I heard Tiffany M say, same. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I know a lot of people who will say, oh, I don't never swear on my kid's life. Well, you know what? If I know that what I'm saying is the God's honest truth, I have no worries doing that. Hi, Linda. I have no worries. I know it. Debbie lets them. Right. And that's what I'm saying is that Tiffany literally said same. And I won't forget that shit. I know she's done a lot to me, and we will never be friends again because we probably never were friends in the first place. I probably was, but I kind of was, I don't know. All I'm saying is she swore the same way I did that I don't think mothers would do. Hi, Maureen. If it wasn't the truth. I do believe she loves her kids, and I don't think she'd do that if it wasn't the truth. And both Tiffany and I did that. We both love our kids, and that's the truth. What we said is the truth. And Tiffany, just at that point, then she was just avoiding Jules, and Jules was, showing the RP on the right, Simca, but that whole Munchie name came from the Munchausens. I don't know, Kimberly. It wouldn't surprise me who's talking to who anymore. You know what I mean, Kimberly? I just know where I am and who my friends are. I'm just staying in my lane. Yep, sure does. Because a lot of them do. A lot of them do. And it originated from Jules' channel. Okay, that's where that came into play, that whole munch thing. And Simca, the reason why I think she does is because I think that those people know who it is. They've always let Janice Dickinson in. They've always let Not None in. They've always let Munchie in. All those particular channels. They've always let David's Braun or, the other clone accounts. Always. It's just recently where TH has been saying, I'm not going to let anybody in that's saying anything bad. But then the other day, she kind of, backpedaled on that when the thing about Sharon was in there. So that kind of backpedaled it. I saw her in Debbie's chat, calling me the vile one and stuff. And it's like, Tiffany, don't make this hard on me. Don't push me to the point where I'm like, fuck this then, if it's just, I do try and try and try to maintain. I understand that maintaining a chat and the people that might say some things like, when people call Bobbles blobs or Sharon shady, that sometimes it's like, to the point where you're like, ugh, but it's fading. It's fading. That's fading. Um, the thing is, though, is that when you look and you see the channels and what their chat rooms entail, to me, it seems like common sense. Like it would be very logical to see that I myself have had a no troll policy since day one. NetNet has a no troll policy. Um, if Tiffany can stop going into rooms and, I mean, I saw her complaining about KFC going into live streams and, bitching about people. But then I saw her in, Cray Cray's live stream bitching about me. And Cray Cray, of course, is like talking in code about who's supposedly harassing her kid. It's like, Cray Cray, just stop. Why can't these people ever think that, here we are today in a world where, man, I just don't want to see this world go to hell in a handbasket. When people say, oh, the world's going to hell in a handbasket, I don't want to believe that. I don't want to believe that. Call me like a fool if you want. But I feel like, if you have the chance to, like, like that story, about, I've told it before, about the starfish and, the little girls running along the beach and it's low tide and a bunch of starfish have washed up on the shore, and she's throwing them back in the water as quick as she can. And this, there must have been like hundreds there. And this guy comes along and says, why are you doing that? That's such a waste of your time. They die within a few seconds of being exposed to air. You're lucky if you save just one. And she said, yeah, but if I save just one. Now, I'm not talking about anybody else but myself. I don't think I can save people, but I think that you guys could save me from being lonely. I can save me from being lonely by coming. A lot of people don't have partners. A lot of people, their families are away from them. A lot of people, especially when there's people who are putting an intentional effort of harassing people's families to distance them. They want to complain about how, oh, even our family doesn't want anything to do with it while they're harassing my family and making it seem like a liability to be around me. While they harass my friends and make it seem like a liability to be my friend. But then they want to complain about my loneliness, and I refuse. I refuse. To accept that. Hi, Angel. Right. I refuse to accept that there's people out there and everybody hates me. Right. I refuse to accept that our friendships don't matter to each other. I refuse to accept it's just YouTube. Who cares? No, 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 no. I care. I care about you guys. I mean, I've known a Diane Ostertag since I've been on YouTube. Simca, all you guys, every single one of you, Angel Baby popping in to say that every single one of you make me smile. Yeah, you guys are my friends. I don't care. If they think that I don't get fooled sometimes and still don't learn my lesson, they're not wrong. But I'm willing to take the risk because the good outweighs the bad. You guys are individually worth more than everything they've said and done. So as a whole, fuck it, man, right? Let's just be here and enjoy each other. And it's like a conference call. Hi, Jennifer. You know, let's just, fuck, man. If we got to tune it out, I mean, I do. Sure, I hear Jules and I could make a video about her every day, right? I could. But man, there's a lot of shit going on in the world. And why she would want to contribute to negativity in the world is so beyond me. I can't partake in it. She came back after months of being away, you know. Thank you, Simka. Thank you. And I would hang with all you guys in real life. Honest to God, this is real life, you know. And, that phone call when I called her, I never mentioned that to anybody because, yes, I felt she was in duress. And I never mentioned it. She did. So, she'll incite people with an anger of, people who are new, like the people who said, who's Jules, right? I'm sure there's people who will watch her and not know who I am. And they'll hear this trumped up story of me recording her in a phone call, which of course I've never recorded any phone call. I don't even know how to record a phone call. That she was this, she was that by me. And, I'd appreciate it, Jules, based on our own abilities, we could make the impressions not based on lies. Like, I understand, see, what I say about you is the truth, but I don't want to keep repeating it, Jules, because it was one of the worst times of my life. And you threw me for a loop because the night before, I was, that day actually, I'm making some shout out video to you and your channel, and it didn't sink into me that I just didn't know. I didn't know. I didn't know, you know? And I saw somebody say, she's so mad, to Diana Santos. She's so mad, blah, 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 that you're friends with Jules and not her, and da, 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 da. I'm not so mad. I was hurt. Well, thank you, Linda. I was hurt and confused, but I've seen that you're a liar, Diana. And that bothers me because I know that no matter what, I could never be your friend again in the same manner that we were before. Now, you can undermine our friendship from before, which also is hurtful, which also is another characteristic that I wouldn't want in a friend anyway. So, in a roundabout way, you've made it easier to not be hurt over losing somebody who I thought was a friend and have come to find out that you have no problem lying about a situation. But you call yourself the one who is the most holy roller. But I don't think you are, Diane, because you know that you lie. You know that I used to always go, dirty Diana call. You know, we were friends. But you will sit there now and deny that we were on the phone together when Jules did what she did, and you will lie. And it makes it so easy for me to put down something that I thought I was losing, but in reality, the loss is a gain. You see, because I won't allow you to hurt me again. So, farewell. What is it? That the farewell. So, what is it? Goodbye. That Sound of Music. Was that Sound of Music or something? Alvida say, like au revoir. Bye bye. A long time ago, basically. But I still see comments like, she's so mad that you're friends with you. No, if you get any kind of reaction from me, Diana, it's because you'll come in here and say something that is an out and out lie, and it's disgusting. And here I am, like, keeping you on blocked because I'm just silly like that. Whatever it is, you confirm that so long, farewell, Alvida, say goodbye is the best way to deal with this situation. There's so much more going on in this world that I sit here and I think to myself, this platform gives me the opportunity to not just, yes, Diane, I'm talking about Diana Santos. Yes. You know it. You know too. Me and Diana were friends. Yeah. Dirty Diana, come. Always. We would talk for hours upon hours upon hours. And she knows she came into that room, that Munchausen live stream that night with me. And I was none the wiser. I was like, huh? And she washed me off like fucking I was a leper. Yeah. There's a lot of people who were so nice. Here's the thing, Cynthia. I knew she wasn't mentally well for a long time because she was accusing somebody who really had cancer of faking it and having Munchausen syndrome and telling people to demand their money back. And Diane might probably could tell you, I don't know if this is the way she got there, but I know I was sharing her link out feverishly for her first month. You know, she came to me and said, I saw what Tom did to you, and that was so wrong. If you want to, I'd appreciate it if you would. I'm starting a channel, and I was her first mod. I was like her only person there, and appreciated her. And she she did have fucking right before she so-called had her breakdown. She was having live stream after live stream after live stream diagnosing me. They were a fifth dimension, is that their name? And Moonchild and the KT there, not Katie, but KT was up there on her panel, like every day practically, saying I'm the type of person who would go shoot up a school and shit. And I never go shoot up a school. Saying, letting Carrie Man, and she would be pinning it on her panel. SG go fraud me. So if that's somebody who wasn't trying to spread the lie that I was a fraud, then I don't know why she would be pinning that kind of stuff up on her screen. And the whole time, I was told I was 50-50 chance. 50-50 chance. And I'm having to get a shot every fucking week because the stress was fucking with my white blood cell count. And they were like, let's keep stressing her out. The toxins will uh, cause the cancer to come back and shorten her lifespan. And as far as I'm concerned, I never saw, other than for that first month when I was helping her out with her channel, never saw her say anything in the encouraging sense that somebody, even a stranger, would say to somebody fighting for their life. She has done nothing but slander me. She has done nothing but slander me since November 12th, 2020. Her and her boyfriend or whatever he is. I had never gotten a nasty email ever until I gave my email address to Jules. Now, I'm not saying it was Jules on her own. I'm saying that after the night of the Munchausen live stream, her, Ollie, Tiffany M, Jeff Smealing were all in a live stream on Ollie's talking about what they had done. But Tiffany M was saying, why? What's wrong with her GoFundMe? I just donated to it. Why? What happened? Was it on YouTube, Simca? You know, and Tiffany did go. I mean, I'm not even gonna lie. There's part of me that feels like at some point, Tiffany, I mean, I can't even imagine that people would go to the extremes of seeming like a really good friend, but be faking it. That's so hard for me to comprehend. You know what I'm saying? I can't understand it, I guess, because I just was never, I don't know. I'll be right back. Talk amongst yourselves. No, no, real. Oh, I'm sorry, Simka. How's your husband doing? Here's the thing. There's things that I would like to talk to you guys about pertaining to medical and stuff like that, but sometimes I don't because I feel like they'll pray for the worst. I feel like they pray for the worst for me. Isn't that terrible? Because, I watched somebody pray for me to get cancer for a good 6 months before I even got it. And I'm not giving them power of giving it to me, but what I'm saying is that it was fucked up. So now, like, when somebody, like how people will come in here and they'll mention something with their health, and we all give them the power of positive prayer and stuff like that. But there are some times when I'm, I'm, I sometimes need it, and I'm afraid to tell anybody because I think that there's people who will actually pray for the worst for me. Now, Travel Girl, you can say repeatedly that you weren't lifting your eyes up to God, talking about karma and things like that, while What's Up was saying something about cancer and your whole room had prayer hands up. You can say that you weren't lifting your eyes at that moment and pretend that your chat room wasn't putting up prayer hands, but that's a lie. So if anybody is curious as to why I might be so vicious towards some people, it's because they're disgusting. A lot of them. They'll continuously talk about that I'll get my karma, not even thinking I just fucking fought for my life and I'm not doing anything to these people. But the people who say it, they probably don't even want to go and look through videos to see the proof. If anybody, I didn't see Ollie's video still up, which kind of sucks, but Ollie, the fact that she doesn't have a lot of videos up, it's easier to find a video where, there's the truth. And Ollie doesn't even like me. Ollie doesn't even like me. Angel Baby at this point, and I don't wish bad on them, but I hate them. Angel Baby. I don't wish bad on them, but those are the type of people who will make me question things. And then I'll have to, with you guys' help, talk myself back into faith and believing and hope. Because I can't believe after this amount of time, there's still some douchebags that will. I mean, there's nothing right about Crystal Love at all. Nothing. Nothing. No, I know what you meant, Angel. I know what you meant. But I got a little guilt tinge myself there, there's nothing right at all about that woman, about the people who go in her chat, about Mr. Tim, who I was one of the first people who expressed trust towards him when he was being, dragged through the mud. But he was never trustworthy. Because at the end of the day, now he's in chat rooms bashing the shit out of me. And every once in a while, he'll pop in here and throw a $5 super chat my way. And I'll think to myself, What's that about? Do you know what I mean? Because he doesn't say anything. He just leaves and he doesn't text me anything. And I see him writing some really fucking nasty shit about me. So I can't help but wonder if I don't have 15K, Kentucky. I just keep hoping somebody who is in the position of a law, of law, that they will see something and say, hey, wait a minute. I've had my own experience with cancer and this is wrong. And that's why I keep presenting the story, because it's the truth and it can be proven. Fact. Facts. And anybody who has removed their videos, if it does get taken to court, YouTube will be compelled to release your videos. Even if you've removed them, YouTube has them and a court can compel them. You know, so I'm not saying, see, YouTube would be more compelled to release a video if I was suing, you know, you individually, Jules or Crystal, civilly, because big tech companies are immune. They have immunity in cases such as this. But also, though, on the flip side, as a consumer, if I wanted to put in the legwork, I could, and if I had the money, man, if I had the money, any company that's advertising on those defamation videos, any company that, you know, as a consumer, I'm not going to be paying or shopping or allowing, you know, Macy's to advertise while destroying and character assassinating me. I realize I'm no Johnny Depp, but my life matters. I didn't value my integrity throughout my life to have complete fucking strangers think they were going to come along and assassinate it. So if what I've got now is just this platform, then I will use it, because I haven't found anything comparable to what they did to me. I've found, you know, bad cases of disgusting behavior, but that shit fades away and then they give up and this and that. Well, I'm not. I'm not. So, Jules, if you keep continuing to talk in your slanderous way about me, as you've been doing since November 12th, 2020, it will be you. It will be you who will be found guilty. It won't be me. As God is my witness, I'm the head of everything I love. It won't be me. I don't lie. Man, if I was late to work, I might throw a lie, but about this, I'm not lying. You have never shown any type of proof at all, at all, Jules, to substantiate what you're saying. But I have over 1,000 videos that are filled with screenshots, recordings, and dates proving it, Jules. Stop threatening me. Stop it. Okay? Stop it. You will lose, Jules. So it's been fortunate for you that I haven't pursued it towards any of them. You as well, Crystal Love. I mean, if I really had the eye on the prize, I'd be fucking your day up. Just the fact of what could be the possibility of the prize might tempt somebody to take it on contingency. Stop it, Crystal. So I don't know if because you've been raised to be a pompous motherfucking idiot who has money because you were born into something, you think that I feel you're above me. I realize you might feel I'm below you, but if you think I think I'm below you or less than you in any way, shape, or form, you are incorrect. And the more you display yourself and your character, you confirm my suspicions that you are a rich gutter dweller. You are a lowlife lady with no convictions, morals, standards, or anything. You can sit there and go, "Oh my God, she's swearing. Oh, she'd be the naughty lady is swearing over there, and that is why she was struck. She has a timeout." I don't know what your fucking gig was there. If you were trying to subliminally suggest to people to try to do something to me, or if you were trying to imply that I was struck. Don't tempt me to spend time proving you're who you are and finding an attorney. Hi, Kentucky. And finding an attorney that maybe has a personal interest within, cancer. Maybe they lost their mother or their sister or going through it themselves. Who knows? But you will lose. So if you're really as rich as you like to brag, I'd suggest you stop. Because the more you brag, the more tempted I get. Because the more bad behavior you display gives me more reason and more evidence that you are slandering me and you're supposed to uphold something being in the public eye. So you need to check yourself. What was the story? Kentucky. Probably I saw it, but I just forgot. You guys know I have the memory of, a fish. You can always tell how desperate people are for people in their room by how many trolls they allow to stay there. Yes, today is the anniversary of the liberation of what is it, Birkin? But the Jews, and begins with B. Birkin. Simca probably knows. Oh my God, I know it. Birkin. No, what is it? Birkin. Simca probably knows. And today in Jerusalem, 7 were killed at a synagogue on the anniversary. Birkenbelsen? No, was it? Oh my God, where is, you know, yeah, it's not Birkenbelsen or something, I don't know, but yeah, and 7 were killed in a synagogue in Israel. I'm sure it'll be overshadowed by Birkenau. Okay. There'll probably be no remembrance of it. I saw something. It said 63% of school children nowadays don't even know about the Holocaust. But man, they sure hate Whitey, don't they? I'm not trying to be mean or nothing, but you know, I'm really not trying to be mean, but man, I spend a lot of time researching things. A lot of time. And um people have blinders on. Like you'll see something like that go on. Like, okay, let's take for instance, Birkenbelsen. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's what I said. Yeah, that's what I said. Birkenbelsen. Yeah. Hi, hippie chick. Let's take the night of who was it? God, he was an actor, Orson Welles. Orson Welles. And he did War of the Worlds. Okay, it was like October something, right? So people wouldn't leave their house. People didn't move the radio dial. They believed it was a real thing happening. So in the meantime, Kristallnacht was occurring, and all the Jewish businesses were being destroyed. But nobody would move their radio dial because they thought the aliens were attacking. Anti-Semitism is the hugest hatred. Hi, Melissa. And it's rampant. It's rampant. But I wonder how deeply the attack on the synagogue in Jerusalem on the anniversary of the liberation of Birkenbelsen will be unnoticed. I hear, you know, they're gearing up for a protest. They're gearing up. They're setting police cars on fire. Why? What then? What happens then when something's happening in your house and you can't call the police to come protect you? Because all the police cars have been burned up. Seems like criminal behavior to me. That doesn't seem like a protest. That's criminal behavior. While heading to the protest, they're breaking the windows of Wells Fargo and the bank across the street, Chase Manhattan. That doesn't seem like part of a protest. You know, which then they proceeded to set a police car on fire. So, with it being, now I noticed that Crump, that attorney, Ben Crump or whatever, ooh, he stepped right in, hasn't he? Didn't he now? Still, I want to know why it took 5 police officers. Yeah, they sure do. You know what, though? The 7-Year War, though, Simca, remember? They attacked on a day that was a holiday. And so when they saw how quiet it was, they and actually, like, Israel was all, you know, most of their tanks and everything had already, I mean, they barely had anything. They were fighting, you know, but the 6-Day War, not the 7-Year War. I'm so stupid. The 6-Day War, not 7-year, 6-Day War. And they were like that. I mean, they were just about ready to be defeated. No, they weren't. They weren't there. They really were observing the holiday. I got a Cash App. No, there's a Cash App. It would be used for the same thing, you know. But here's the thing. They were attacking, and they got in there and thought, no, 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 this is a trick. This is a trick. They're gonna come up from behind us. They're gonna flank us from behind, you know. And they surrendered. And they surrendered to Israel. That was the hammer of God right there. And any of the missiles that they fired would fall short. Fall short. Well, you know what's really sad, Kentucky, is Tony Timpa. That's a heartbreaking case right there, Tony Timpa. I mean, let's not forget about Tony Timpa. Yep, enemies on all sides. Israel is a miracle. And they won. I mean, when you look at the numbers too of the losses and what they were going in with, it's incredible. I mean, their losses compared to these tens of thousands of troops, and they're just the one. Man, that is a complete miracle act of God, the 6 Day War. The 6 Day War is a complete act of God. I know what you're talking about, the Tyree story, but the Tyree story is going to give the justification to dismantle police as a whole when they go around and destroy, you know. But, you know, when the cops kill a white guy who's protesting against, you know, a forest being destroyed 3 weeks ago, nobody hears about it. Just, you know, a tree hugger protesting a forest being destroyed, and he gets killed. Nobody hears. Nobody hears about that. You can type in if you want, white people killed by police, and I guarantee you what will come up is the reverse. Will be black people killed by. Okay, Angel Baby. And if they're afraid of a riot starting, if they release the video, then don't release it. Then don't release it. If they, what's the riot is gonna start? Who are they gonna attack? They're black cops, and it was a black person. So they're gonna just attack police as a whole. You know what video it took 3 years to get released? Was the body cam footage of Tony Timpa. I suggest everybody just look that up and take almost 7 minutes to watch the video of Tony Timpa. Simka, if you can find that for me, could you type in Tony Timpa? Timp as in Pat A. Timpa. Tony Timpa. He's disgusting. He's gross. Um, Kentucky. He's grotesque. Um, if you could do that, and then I don't know how to share a video. Um, I have to learn how to do that, but and if everybody could just take almost 7 minutes. Now, I don't do this. I'm not doing this because, oh, you don't care about black people. No, I do care about black people, but I feel like if Tony Timpa would have been acknowledged, then perhaps the whole George Floyd thing wouldn't have happened, and everything wouldn't be so. I mean, this is just, Seattle wouldn't be in decay, and this is just bullshit. It's bullshit. Here's another thing I want to say. I noticed that when I'm not doing, thank you, that's the Tony Timpa one. Take a minute and watch it. Anybody who's interested. It should be the body cam footage of Tony Timpa. It should be about 6 minutes and 40 seconds, maybe. I don't know. Took his mother 3 years. Nah, I don't know about you guys, but I find that way more disgusting than anything I've ever watched. I notice when I do drama and stuff, though, that they'll be like, the same amount of people talking, but like, maybe 40 in the bushes watching. And they're the same people who will say, well, I don't care. I don't like secular. Um, and they're the same people, though, that will sit there and talk about people saying they love the drama. They did, 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 did. But I notice that when I'm not doing drama, I feel like a good portion of them are part of the numbers that are sitting there watching and just lurking. So in actuality, the numbers show that they love the drama. The people who sit there in the bushes and just watch, they love the drama. It's worse than Floyd. And it was before Floyd. And it's worse than Floyd. Tony Timpa. Say his name. That pisses me off, man. Makes me so angry that it just gets. And then every fucking time, you can show a white clerk being robbed, and it's clearly, even though they might have masks on, but it's black people, and they say suspects being sought, but they don't say black suspects being sought. But when it's a person who gets, um, killed by cops, it's black person killed by cops, but never looking for black suspects. The guy, supposedly when he called and complained that, some little girl was spraying some spray on his lawn and stuff, supposedly killing bugs, but she shouldn't have even had bug killer at her size or her age. But because he said there's a little black woman or whatever, a little black girl, so maybe he didn't even know it was a little kid. Uh, but he can't say she's black because that, implies that he was already prejudiced because she's describing her as black. But when it's described as black when there's a shooting, I've never really liked secular Kentucky. I've always said it and been very clear. That's why he doesn't come here, because I don't like him. He's a shit stirrer. Now, here's the thing. At the end of the day, if somebody wants to look at what's occurring with the cops being actually convicted of these crimes of brutality, that's a good thing. Okay? Um, but I saw something where somebody had written what they want to do is change the protocol when addressing, people of color that are, you know, having a run-in with the police. They want a different protocol for people of color. Okay, no. See, because here's the thing. A lot of people are afraid of police. Guarantee, I bet you there's white people, Spanish people, probably Chinese people, probably all kinds of people who run from the police. So if you were a black guy who came from Ireland and you got pulled over by the cops and you were, I don't know, you were lost. You didn't know you were from Ireland, okay? And something happens and they shoot you. Guarantee it'd be a big thing, right? Because then you'd be black. But you don't want anybody to, like basing anything on your color. Then, but if a white guy from Ireland was lost and got shot, we probably wouldn't even know about it. Probably wouldn't even hear about it. Probably wouldn't even hear about it. But you're both from Ireland, grew up there and stuff, but one's black and one isn't. Now, I'm willing to bet that when Natalie Holloway was missing, and yes, they did spend so much time on her case, they sure did, right? And people were saying, well, that's because she's a white, she's a white girl missing, blonde hair, blue eye, blah, 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 right? I guarantee you that loads of people, many different colors, races, ages, genders, went missing during that time that they sat there talking about Natalie Holloway. Guarantee you. I mean, why is it never pointed out when the criminal is black, but it's pointed out when the cop is white? I mean, so here we have five. Well, I thought they said 3 cops and 2 fire department, there to administer aid. which doesn't even make sense because it all happened in minutes. So why would there be anybody there to administer aid? And why would there be 5 cops there? And it sounds personal to me. I don't know. I could be wrong. If they've got the fucking footage, um, what were they waiting for to release it? Why? That's kind of fucked up. Like that's so. What does that give them time to edit something or what? If they're gonna release it anyway, why wait? What was the holdup? Well, we want everybody else to see it, and what? What for? What? Release it right away. Either release it right away or don't release it at all. And here's another thing. So many of those things get released because neighbors are filming it. Where were the neighbors? They said it was 2 minutes away from his house. How reckless can you be driving 2 minutes away from your house? But where's all the neighbors with cell phones? Seriously. I was outside. Where's all the neighbors with cell phones? Was there any 911 calls? I mean, did anybody hear something going on? Were there sirens? Where's the news stories talking to the where was the news when it occurred? How did they manage to keep for the news to not, the news reporters to not be there on the scene? It's not even 3 days. They've had the footage for this long. So if he didn't die, would they not have? I mean, that's the thing. I just don't even. So all this went. I mean, like this is like what I don't even understand. So it was what on the day of the anniversary of the Holocaust liberation. I mean, they'd waited this long. 7 people died in a synagogue today. 7. On the day of the liberation. But gee, that guy running from the cops, what a tragedy. I know it was in Jerusalem. Even worse. But it was January 7th that happened. Wait a fucking day. Wait a day. That's like, look at Farrah Fawcett. She was an icon. What do you mean? I didn't say Jerusalem the way I usually do, though. Doesn't matter. Wait a day. Have some respect. 63% of school children don't even know that the Holocaust even happened. This was a day of remembrance. It didn't happen today. That didn't happen. It happened January 7th. Why pick today for a rioting to possibly start? It's like, Farrah Fawcett, she's an icon, and, so was Michael Jackson, but they both died on the same day, and nobody really mentioned Farrah Fawcett, but, it was okay because they were focusing on Michael Jackson, and he was black, but it wasn't okay when they were focusing on Natalie Holloway so much. She's white. What the fuck? You can't be focusing on her. Farrah Fawcett dying, barely even got noticed. But that whole Michael Jackson stuff and the doctor and all that stuff that happened, now that was on there for days and days and days and days and days. That was okay. But, I'm getting a little tired of people not everybody, but a lot of people not realizing that Jewish people are targeted because of a religion. Not because, they're cocking a gun on Facebook and running from the cops or anything, which, white people do, black people do, all kinds of people do. Way to distract the world. Start burning up cop cars. How the fuck is anybody going to be compassionate to something that could result in complete lawlessness? Do you know how many people, how many of the population in, what was it? Where is that? Where was Chaz Chop? Seattle, or was that Portland? What was it? Chaz Chop, remember? Do you know the percentage of those people who lived there actually? The percentage of black people in Oregon? Extremely low. Then they would be gone, and then all the young, what are they, Generation Xers, the young college white kids out there, and those are the ones getting arrested. While they're, in the meantime, trying to break into this fucking apartment building, and putting the white kid at the door saying, they'll let you in. Oh, this Karen gets owned. So we're not even allowed to call the police anymore without being a Karen. I'm no fucking Karen. I care about people as a whole. You're going to hold on to a tape for that long. That it doesn't matter if the shooting was in Jerusalem. The liberation of that concentration camp is worldwide, and yeah, let's just sweep it under the rug, though, right? It was only World War II. May as well start making the place look like a war zone again and set some cop cars on fire. Unbelievable. In the meantime, 3 weeks ago, a tree hugger gets shot protesting a forest. by the cops. Cares he's white. Probably deserved it. I guarantee, and I will say this again, if one of your loved ones needed an organ or a blood transfusion or something to save their life, white fireman climbs up the ladder to save you in your bed, I guarantee you're not going to think twice. It won't matter. You're not going to ask what color they were, who donated the organ. You're just going to be grateful for the kindness of somebody. Be grateful for the kindness of people all around. It shouldn't take something like this to make people not be able to see Tony Timpa. They still won't see him. They still won't fucking see him. It's disgusting. I don't like my dad very much, but kudos to him for being a Jewish soldier in World War II when they clearly marked their dog tags and basically threw him to the wolves. Oh yeah, he's a Jew. You take him if you capture him. For being a decorated gunner's mate in World War II. And thank you, England, for Her Majesty's Royal Air Force. Because without them, we wouldn't be here. But hell, let's celebrate and go set some shit on fire, right? Let's all just sit idly by and say, ah, the poor guy running from the cops, and watch our cities get fucking destroyed again. It's the qualified immunity doctrine. Okay? People of color. Well, you know what? I'm a color. So the protocols shouldn't be different for you because I'm a fucking color too. Okay? And I matter. Everybody matters. Everybody suffers. And rich people, black or white, really don't give a crap too much about poor people. And that's a fact. And that's the way it is. And Ben Crump is getting loaded from all this shit. And I don't care who it is. I wouldn't take millions of dollars to replace my loved one and sit idly by and watch cities be demolished in their name. It's disgusting. It's disgusting. And Rodney King was driving drunk at top speed. Those cops shouldn't have even chased him, in my opinion. They should have given up a high-speed chase. But at the end of the day, they didn't because they weren't ordered to. And when they finally got him to pull over, he would not comply. That's in the video too. Watch that. He would not comply. And repeatedly, over and over again, this guy that didn't care for his own life or any other human life out on the road that day. They were being very patient, saying, no, lie like this and cross your arms over yours. No, 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 he would not. And at the end of the day, they just want to go home to their loved ones. They want to go home too, you know. And after a chase that could have killed them or anybody else, they probably were a little annoyed with this guy. And guess what happened to him anyway? He blew his money and died all messed up. Okay? And that's a fact. Do your research. and take note of how far down the liberation of Bergen-Belsen gets buried while we watch things be destroyed for really no good reason, because they're still not talking about everyone as a whole. This is just a division. It's not okay. Stop saying black person killed by cops, because it wouldn't matter what color they are. There's a family devastated. Stop enabling that, because all you're doing is enabling the destruction of our country, in my opinion, allegedly. United we stand, divided we fall. Peace, love, and tacos.